Another book I really um, took to was Nexus by Mike Barron and Steve Rude, as well as Badger by Mike Barron and Steve Butler. Mike Barron at that time was writing a lot of stuff, and I have continued to follow him, and he's actually working on novels now, which I encourage you to read. Tag Mike Barron, and but I meeting some of these people like Steve Rude, who is just a great guy, and other people who are involved in comics, um, that again started changing my mindset. And I'll tell this story, Bob McLeod, one more time. But I was at a show in Indianapolis, a little show that is still being put on every 2 months by Andy Holzman from Ash Comics. I encourage you to check them out because I always had a good time, and I met my friends. I could show my samples to Gary Barker and Willie Peppers and my other friend George Lane and a couple other people I would get to talk to creators, Rick Leonardi, about his process, there were things that I learned from them. But it was Bob McLeod doing portfolio reviews. He was inking the Hulk. I showed him my samples, and you know how it is. You can show your samples to 10 different editors or artists, and they each like something different, whether it's your backgrounds, your your foregrounds, your line weight. But sometimes when you're getting into you're getting further, you're getting closer. Um, Maybe you're not there yet. They maybe each like one thing and don't like another, that kind of thing. But when Bob looked up, he said, "Why aren't you working?" And that changed my mindset. That changed how I thought about it because I didn't have an answer. And really the answer was me. And I have continued to pay that forward and try to by being encouraging to other people. Why aren't you working? On my blog, Comics Mentor, I give advice and I give encouragement. And part of that is about what I need to learn that day. And if it helps somebody else, hey, I'm all for it. But seeing other people and other creators and talking to them at that point, something changed in how I approached it. And really, it was why wasn't I? And later on, why wasn't I working more? Why wasn't I doing more? And the thing that holds me back, and still holds me back because I let other things go on, me. I'm the thing. But I met Tom and Mary Bierbaum through ex-APA. That was another APA um, that I belonged to, another group that I belonged to. And they were writing Legion of Superheroes, which is another group book, another book that if I had another book from when I was younger, it would have been Legion. Again, a lot of characters, and I still liked it when Tom and Mary were doing it, and I got to meet them, and um, they came to my store. They're great people, and I think the world of them. And they were going to do a creator-owned book called Dead Kid, and they were going to publish it through Sky Comics, which was another um, uh, group or a company that I knew from doing some of these shows. That was where I met Bob Hickey and Joe Martin and a couple other people. And Tom and Mary recommended me as the inker for that book. And I inked a guy named Joe Caroni, who is now doing covers for Star Trek and a bunch of other things for IDW. Um, awesome artist. I mean, he has continued to grow and he continues to astound me. Joe, you're tagged. Go ahead, make a video. um, but that was the start, and I started getting small press stuff and worked for Caliber for Gary Reed, uh, inking some things, and really, at the time when I had a comic book store, I could read everything, and I did read everything, and I knew things that um, I knew my customers, and maybe a lot of people read what I read. They were interested in Nexus. They were interested in Badger or other books that I came to enjoy. The Tick from New England Comics. Um, that was just funny. If it makes me laugh out loud, yeah, it must be pretty funny for me. Um, I laugh a lot. Can you tell? So books that continue to this day are the right now it's the DC books. I just read the trade paperback for Aquaman, and I love that art. And the books that DC is producing now, um, outstanding, outstanding in a lot of ways. Um, Again, I don't like gimmicks, but I do appreciate good art, good story, and having jumped around a little bit, maybe I'm not as tried and true, die hard, stick to the one continuity so much as I used to, because I've come accustomed to reboots a little bit and retcons. And I hope that other people will enjoy books and follow my blog, Comics Mentor, my webcomic artiste, and see um, for themselves what I like, and then form their own opinions and let me know, because there are a ton of books that I don't know. There are people out there creating comics that I used to know back in portfolio lines who are doing these great comics. And some I know, some of them my friends, and some of our acquaintances, but we're all in together. Share. Go on blogs. Share your opinions. Be nice. Be courteous. Be supportive. Be constructive. Um, be decent. And share what you love about comics. So even if you have not been tagged by name in this video, feel free to do your own comics I'm thankful for. Because my video is not all about comics. It's about the people who create the comics. It's about the companies who create the comics. I could go on and on and on and on. Consider yourself tagged. That would be you. Have a good day.